Good morning, everybody. I'm hopping on just a couple minutes early because I wanted to make sure everything was situated before I actually start the broadcast. So, if you are hopping on, you could be on a lot of different platforms because I'm on YouTube, in my groups on Facebook, my private groups like Thermolysis Skincare for Estheticians, Illuminate LED, and Dermafrac. So if you're in one of those private groups, you're probably getting the word out that I am going live. And so I want to just say hello. Okay, great, great, great. People are coming in. That's awesome. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Hey, hey. So, and also let me know where you're watching from. You could be in one of my private groups or on my Facebook page or even on YouTube and maybe even LinkedIn. So I'm not quite sure about that one. But so go ahead, hop on. I'm happy to see wherever you guys are watching from. And good. Yes. Okay. So are you an esthetician? Maybe a solo practitioner. Maybe you run a med spa. Maybe you're a nurse. Maybe you go mobile with your services. So I train a lot of people. And when I go into their offices, the one thing they complain about mostly is procedures taking too long. They can't see enough clients. So if you're one of those that wants to shave time off of each procedure, continue watching. If you are a Skin Classic provider, if you're a Dermafrac or Illuminate LED provider, I'm going to have some helpful hints and tips that will help you shave time off because guess what? If you were to shave enough time off of each procedure and could put one more client in at the end of the day every day. How much money would that be for you? You can only imagine. So, if you do this with every procedure, or especially my people, right? Because I'm really talking to my people right here. Okay. So, okie dokie. Okay, so I want to make sure that you've got these helpful hints down. So let me just show you this. Okay, so time is money, right? You know, I always talk about time is money because if you aren't making good use of your time in your office, it will kill you. When I introduce practices to the Skin Classic, to the Dermafrac, they're very quick procedures. And they tell me, I'm having trouble because I'm sort of stuck doing these longer facials. And facials are great, but most of my people are really doing more medicinal skincare and they get their clients in and they get them out. And that is where the money is, making your clients very happy in a short amount of time. So I'm not saying don't do the fluffy facials, but if you are doing them, maybe you want to wean yourself away from them and start doing more efficacious treatments that will actually show a real difference in the skin. So, hey, North Carolina, that's pretty awesome. And if you are in my platforms of thermolysis skincare for estheticians, Illuminate LED or Dermafrac, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. I love to know that my people are watching. So I'm going to move along with my slideshow here because I do want to make sure that you just trying to get this to change here. There we go. So we're going to start off first with the Skin Classic. So I have the Skin Classic right behind me, and I'm not sure if you see it. Yeah, you do. It's my little baby back there. So, and of course, yes, we did win in 2023 with, let me, how's that? Let me just make sure we're looking good here. And I'm going, okay, good. There I am at the bottom. I didn't even see myself. Anyway, so the Skin Classic, right? The Skin Classic is a device that we treat skin tags, brown spots, broken capillaries, keratosis, a multitude of things. The treatment is so quick. So, when you're doing the Skin Classic, you must remember, and I'm really speaking to my people that have the Skin Classic. So, you want to cut time off of your procedures. And if anybody out there has been in my office, they know that when I work, this is a little crazy, but I have all these little, I call them goodie bags, right? So these goodie bags have exactly what I need in them to do a Skin Classic procedure or a Dermafrac procedure, a dermaplane, no matter what it is I'm doing, I have these. So my room turnover is much quicker. I don't use linens in my office. So again, there is that for not having more time turning over the room. I wipe down my table, everything is wipeable, and I have these. This is a time saver. You make a bunch of these up and you're going to save time in between your clients. But the Skin Classic itself is such a time saver because you can barrel through a $300 procedure in under 20 minutes. So when I have clients, especially Skin Classic, whatever I'm doing, the Dermafrac, whatever it is, I have a new client. Of course, we talked about this in another training. You must have online forms. Online forms are so important. That will shave like 20 minutes off of your consultation. If you get them to send you their forms ahead of time, there's no filling out in the office, no chit chat going on. You get to see exactly what irregularities they have so that when they come in, you can kind of hone in on them, give them a price tag, do the procedure, and be done in record time. So you need those online forms. And let me just move along here. So, for those of you that don't really know what the Skin Classic does, or maybe you just need a reminder and you want to use this, you can always use this video to my Skin Classic providers. Oh, get back there. You know what I want to do? I didn't even think of this, but I want to show you. Okay, so if you're doing this procedure right here, this nice lady, now she was actually my client. She had a neck full of skin tags. She had some keratosis. She had some cherry angiomas. It was a lot. And I did her procedure for $350. It did take me a half hour. So even with these large skin tags, I have that video that I'll be able to share with you. But the probe that I use is only $1 that we use on the Skin Classic. So you're way ahead of the game. So a $300 procedure, a $350 for a half hour. So that's not bad. So let's take it a little bit further here. Get back there. Jeez. Okay, so these beautiful hands, right? Let's see here. Okay, so this is where I think a lot of my Skin Classic providers can go wrong. I can't explain enough that you need to charge by the job. Don't look at the clock. Don't say I charge $80 for 15 minutes, or don't do it, because clients will look at the clock as well. And if there's more time, they might say, hey, by the way, I've got a few things under my arm. Could you look at them? So you want to take a look. Now, this set of hands, oh, this was a great one too. This was from Cheryl Ann. She is a provider, an awesome Skin Classic trainer in North New York. So what I would have done charge wise on this was $300. Now you think, well, how do I come up with that price tag of $300? I take a Q-tip and I point to every brown spot that I am looking at. Here's one, here's one, here's one. Oh, here's one, this one, this one, this one. So the client in their head, they probably think, oh my God, it's going to be so expensive. We charge $25 per irregularity, which most people come with a lot of irregularities. So you're going to have to look at their hands and then point them all out and say, based on the amount that we just pointed out, maybe about 20 of them, if you charge $25 per 20, that's going to be like 450 or something. I'm not very good with math, but I am good at letting my client know that that procedure would be $300. And in a month to 6 weeks, I want to see you back in the office, look at those hands. And if anything I treated needs a second treatment, I do it then for a flat fee of $25. This way, my client knows I care about them because I'm inviting them back in for a low price to clean up anything. So I get my good before and afters, and I charge a good amount. Let's This comes from Steffi in Texas. Great practitioner. She cleared out all of those skin tags. And if you point to every single one with your Q-tip and you got your dollar probe in your probe holder and you were to charge that client maybe 250, 300, whatever you come up with, but you have to do it by the job. Okay. You're going to do their neck for $300. And that's what you do. And the clients will write the check, throw a credit card at you because they know you care. You show them the great before and afters in our book, wherever my book is, and they can actually picture what they're going to look like. So you need to do that. This nice gentleman was done during a Skin Classic training that I did in Pinehurst, and he had DPN or keratosis, same thing, they're in the same family, and we cleaned him up. This was a picture 7 days later. He still had a few little crusts. So during the training, he was treated for free, but if we didn't treat him for free, we would touch each one, count them up, and he's got another side to the face, so he would have been as well a $300 to $350 treatment. And when you can see the results, the clients can see them, they will pay for them. But this only took us, and it was a training. So Jamie Locklear, one of my awesome Skin Classic trainers, she did this procedure during a training in less than a half hour. So, and she was brand new. So for those people out there that are new to the Skin Classic, please start charging the proper amount. This isn't something that's going to grow back in a month. They may get more of them in their lifetime, but as they see them pop up, they will definitely give you a call to get them treated again. So it is something that they do. This nice lady was done by Dawn Sessions, another Skin Classic provider and trainer in the Atlanta area. So she was so excited when she treated this lady. Of course, the light looks different, but this is the same lady, just without all the DPN. Now, I don't know what Dawn charged this nice lady, but at least $350 would have been my charge. Now, if you're in my private group, the Thermolysis Skincare for Estheticians, you have got to see what some of our providers are charging. They're charging a lot of money. They're really have a robust clientele that they've done the Skin Classic on, and they're making money. So not by the time, go by the job. Okay, so this is one that's not that much, right? So I only have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and she had some on the other side. So I'm going to say maybe there were 15 things. This wouldn't have taken more than probably 7 minutes to do. So I know this client, she's my client, and she was a $250 client. So they're gone. Haven't seen her in a bunch of years. And guess what? I know she has more. So the next time I see her, I know that I'll be treating her again. But they do collect more of these. This client was a $100 client with infections. He was done during training. This nice lady has also been done during trainings. So you can see the huge difference in what she had done, and that picture was taken at the pizzeria. I was so excited 10 days after her treatment that I didn't actually take the picture on the bed, but I have plenty of them with her on the bed. But that was just a little eye-catching picture. Hyperplasia, very hard to see. Very pleased. One bag like that, you might charge $75 because it's large, it's around the eye. It really means a lot to the client, so I think that that would be a good charge. So let me just move on because I know time is money. So again, I'm going to say it, $25 per irregularity. And then I tell my client, if you have multiple imperfections upon the consultation, I'm going to bundle them for you. I'm not going to discount. I am bundling it because when they have a lot of them, based on the amount of time that I'm going to be working on, and I'm not looking at the clock and charging them time, I'm going to tell them that their procedure may be anywhere between $100 to $400, depending on the amount that they have. And again, I'm going to see them back in the office in 4 to 6 weeks, so I can take a look at everything that I treated. If anything needs a second treatment, I do it. If I have to treat 4 imperfections, it's still just $25 for that visit. They come in, I take pictures, they're happy. We also can, we can look at things and help our clients with our Dermlight. Dermlight is always included with your Skin Classic, and we all know the power of that. Okay, so this nice lady, for instance, she had a lot of DPN, and she was a $300 client. I probably could have charged more and see, because this side of her face. So this entire video, I'm not going to show you the entire video, but okay, people, see the number down there, 5 minutes and 27 seconds. So it took me to do that side and then going to the other side. It was very quick, or to tell you the truth, I think that was probably per one side. Yeah, I can't fudge it. That I don't think I'm
Here
that
it's a little
fast.
fragmented, so it's not
I
such a
just, you can
large
come back
spot. There's
and you can
a
view
lot
this
of
on my
different little ones.
YouTube channel. This video is right there,
That's why I'm skipping this
and
space.
you can kind of get
This
the
way
idea.
instead
So
of
one side of her face was done for 5 minutes and 27 seconds, and then I had to move the camera, so I think I turned it off and then turned it back on. So I'm going to say like 10 minutes of skin treatment time, right? So if you're using the Skin Classic and you don't want to numb your client, like I don't numb 99.9% of my clients, then that's a time saver. If you're numbing your client, you can save time by stretching the skin really well. And you don't want to, like, I go to a training so many times, and so many of my trainers are out there right now. They don't bring numbing cream to the training. So we're treating these clients very carefully. We're very precise with our probe. And if we're not paying for numbing cream and then we're not using that additional 20 minutes, so that is going to shave time off of your procedure. So manage your client with either maybe some cold globes, a good stretch. A good stretch is all you need, a calm hand and a calm demeanor, and you won't have to numb your clients. So that is also a big time sapper, is numbing cream. I love this. The picture of this hand, the other hand had spots too, but this was from Jerry Sue in, I think she's in Tennessee. And she sent us these pictures, and her client was thrilled. So if the client got this kind of result and you charge them $300, don't you think they would be happy? Don't you think that is worth it? So that's how you have to start pricing yourself and looking at the job. And all of you out there are privy to the before and after book. Now, we started including that like a year and a half ago. So if you don't have one, go to my store. It's well worth it. It's around 99, but there's like 90 pages of before, during, and after healing. So important to show your clients that, because, and if you put these kinds of pictures on your Facebook page, so that clients can see this before they even come in. Make an album on your Facebook page where they can view before and after photos. Wouldn't that be a little bit of a time saver when you come to the office? I mean, it's always great because I do like to hone in, show them the work, explain to them the healing process. But anything you can do to save a little bit of time in the office, right? So make sure you get a little collage going on your Facebook or Instagram website, whatever it is, so that clients can see the before and afters. And then they may even have good questions for you. So, for those that aren't in my private Facebook group for these types of procedures, we're talking thermolysis skincare for estheticians. Go on Facebook, join. You do need to answer a few questions to gain access. This is just for skincare professionals. This is just for talking about things that the Skin Classic does. It could be to showcase your before and afters, ask your questions, see what others have on their mind. You can see how we support you with your after sale questions, before sale questions. This group is made up of so many great professionals. Now, I've been at this since 2007, so I have great providers, great trainers, and they all like to chime in and help each other. When there's a question asked, I could be on a flight someplace not having access to the internet. And once I get off that plane and I look up and I see that all of these providers had answered really great questions and are very giving of their time. It's really a great group. So, if you're not in the group, go ahead and join, but you must be a skincare professional. Okay, so we're next up to the Dermafrac. And some of you out there probably don't even know what Dermafrac is because it's not as, it's one of those things that was a lot more in medical offices on the side of microneedling. So Dermafrac is from Biogenesis Systems, and it is a microneedling device, and it has a wheel and it's suction assisted. So let me show you well, not all about it, because this is something that is geared towards my Dermafrac users or those interested in Dermafrac. Okay, so I just got off the phone with Kelly Wilds. She's our awesome Skin Classic trainer up in the New England area, one of them. And she was just telling me how her business has been 90% mobile at this point. She loves the freedom of being able to travel with she uses the Skin Classic and she travels down to Florida. She does appointments in other salons, spas where they line up people for her. So she's really gone mobile, and so many of you have. And let me know if you're mobile out there. Just type in the word mobile for me. I'd like to see anybody that's mobile. I love being mobile, but I do have my office here, but you know, I do travel a lot. So you could see that the two devices that I'm talking about today, besides the Illuminate, which I have here too, are very mobile. So you can go and host or have other people host actually these skin parties and use your Skin Classic, use your Dermafrac. You all have seen me do demonstrations at NASN Pro. And you know, I never bring my table. It'd probably be a little more comfortable for my models, but I do all my models in a sit-up chair. This chair that I have here is a mobile chair. I absolutely love it. It's very comfortable. It reclines so the clients are comfortable. And you know what? My procedures don't take that long. Nothing takes more than 30 minutes, so they're comfortable in this chair. Now, I don't do fluffy facials, but if you were doing a fluffy facial, you wouldn't want this chair because they would have to be in it a little too long, like an hour and a half, and time is money. I could never do an hour and a half procedure. I've even not started doing any of my permanent makeup because, as we know, that is a longer procedure. I want to get in my office and I want to get out of my office. So these procedures are short lived, but wow, do they pack a punch, right? So here are the two devices easily set up on one little table where you can see I have them both set up on my table here. My Dermafrac usually lives on a Mayo stand, but I wanted to have it close together so that you could see it. And if you have any questions in the Oh, yay, look at you. Oh, Brenda, awesome. And Edna, I just have to give a big shout out to everyone. I use my book all the time. Yes, Melissa Whitney, what an awesome Skin Classic trainer and distributor. So, hello, she's killing it. Let's see who else is here. So if I don't see your name, it's only because you are watching in one of my private platforms, and that's perfectly fine. When I hear somebody say, I've gone mobile once and have plans to add more mobile dates this fall, I don't know who that is, but I would love to know. I won't know till the end of the broadcast. So let me know your name, and I would love to chat with you about that. I just love being mobile. Oh, love my derm light and use it all the time. Yay, Brenda. So do I. I have it right here just in case. I don't know, but I always have it handy. It is something that the clients, it only takes a second to use, but clients love when you carefully inspect their face for something and they feel like you really care about them. So we all have this as Skin Classic providers. Make sure you take it out. Nearly every client, take a peek at something. They will love you for it because they all love all the attention. So, okay, so we're back to the Dermafrac. So the Dermafrac, it is so easy. So, and cleanup is a breeze. So when you're using something like the Dermafrac, okay, so everybody out there doing microneedling out there, I've used every single microneedling device there is. And I started out in 1993 with my permanent makeup machine. And I learned to do that from the Bow Institute, and where I learned how to do permanent makeup. And later in the 90s, I started using a roller. Then I started using a pen. Then I started using ProCell. And this one takes the cake. And the reason I love this so much is because it is suction assisted, meaning when the roller goes over the skin, it's going to suck up the skin and deliver serum, which is in a syringe like this, slides in, pop the top on, and you're ready to roll and you're done. I mean, there's cleanup is a breeze. You don't have a table full of all kinds of stuff. All you have is your nice little Dermafrac right here. You turn it on and you go. And if you haven't seen our videos, you need to watch them. You can watch them on my RN Faces page. You can watch them privately in the group. These are the kind of results we're getting with Dermafrac. Dermafrac has different serums, so you can hone in on your client's issues, whether they have hyperpigmentation, maybe they have a little bit of lax skin, and you want to tighten it up. Any microneedling device works. Anyone out there. So if you guys have different devices and you love them, that's perfectly fine. But I can do a full dermaplane microneedling procedure in 30 minutes. You can see these videos in the group. You can see them on my page. And you can even see I've done it to when I do it to myself under 30 minutes. Time saver. So how many more microneedling procedures can you do? You know, when you do a microneedling procedure and then you have to numb your client for 20 minutes and pay for that numbing, I know because I sell BLT and I know what it costs people. So the numbing cream, the time for the numbing cream. Then with the Dermafrac, I never use a sheet mask. And I don't want to say I never will not use a sheet mask because maybe that special client or somebody really requests it, but there's no reason to because this whole full syringe of serum, there's only a little left in this one, will go into the skin, meaning it's hydrated, it feels good. And I don't need to try to push more moisture into the skin with a mask. So I'm going to save time with that dopey mask. I've cut it out of my microneedling treatment, but I do use nice masks on my client for certain procedures, but not this. So I've saved time on that one, right? So that's a huge time saver. Before I get to another one, oh, hey, Edna, she wants to start a mobile business and love how these are short money making treatments, right, Edna? They are. And when you see how fast and furious they can be, and for the high dollar price that they are, you can see how you can really make this work. And Edna, let me tell you this. If you were in the mobile business, right? And I did this. I've done parties, right? I've even hosted them at my own place. So I invite a couple of the gals. Well, then the gals invite their guys because they have skin tags or keratosis and those types of things. So before you know it, you might have 6 or 7 or 8 people at these events, and they're very quick. I'll post one of the videos during one of my parties. You could hear all the background noise. It's fun, right? The guys are talking, they're drinking wine, they're pointing out all their minor skin imperfections, they're having fun with it. But the point is, everybody gets in my chair. It Treatment might be 10 minutes, 15, depending on what they're doing. It might even be 30 if you're doing like a full microneedling procedure. So you can gather these people, and I have a special training. It's on my RN Faces page where you can actually invite them through Facebook. Then you can make sure everybody gets your intake form. You can make sure that they're all qualified. There's so many things you can do to cut down on time. It is amazing. So Edna, I hope you start that mobile business and that maybe I can be helpful to you in that aspect. So let's look at a few more things here. So just a little bit in action, right? So when we're working heavy duty on the
So what I'm
skin,
going to do is make a third and a fourth pass. This will help really get that serum in there. And this is her second treatment, so I wouldn't necessarily do 4 passes on her very first treatment with me. But since she had a good reaction and her skin looks really good and is in good shape, I'll go ahead with the 4 passes.
if you can do microdermabrasion, if you can do the Dermafrac, it is very
So I'm
easily
actually pulling
mastered
the
in 1 to 2
Dermafrac
faces.
with my
But there are a
very
lot of
light
things
touch.
that we need to
And
know
what's
about
happening is
microneedling
the
and
skin
how we
is
can
being
deliver these
pulled up,
serums into the
and the
skin,
needles
who
are
are
being
great
driven
candidates and who
into
really
the
are
area,
not great
the
candidates.
0.5 millimeter
Now,
area of the
time is
skin
money.
where the collagen is rebuilt, the elastin. This will help with the melanocytes and get that kojic acid down into the area that will help lighten her skin. Now, I'm at a 3 right now on my Dermafrac. I'm going to turn it up to 5. And I want to really get into these areas here.
We're going to do
So
some
what I like
frac
to
kisses.
do is, I call them frac kisses, and I make sure that I get in there really well. A little bit more of a focused approach to the microneedling. And you can
Okay, so let me get back here. Okay, so good morning. See you soon at Dallas NASM Pro. Ray, I'll be there, but I don't know who you are because you're on one of my other platforms, but can't wait to see whoever you are. So what was the needle depth? I was using 0.5. And so the Dermafrac comes with 0.25, and it also comes at 0.5. 0.5 is what I use 99.9% of the time. But if I'm doing a red carpet ready event type of procedure, I'm using the shallow needle so that I can deposit all of that hyaluronic acid in there. They'll be glowing when they leave, but they will be not beet red. They won't look like they had a procedure. They'll just be red carpet ready. So with the Dermafrac, so the Dermafrac, if I am working on just problem areas like this nice lady, I'm not doing the neck and décolleté. I'm going to make 4 passes on the face plus these really heavy duty frac kisses at a level 5, which is a high suction, and that will really pull that skin up and then get those needles down even a little deeper. So if you are someone that likes to microneedle, get that pinpoint bleeding, you will get it with this. So the suction is the key, which makes this so much more comfortable. We're lifting that skin off the bone, and it's going into the handpiece with the wheel spinning and injecting all of that great serum. And that is why they are hydrated. And I don't need to use a mask on them. And that is huge. And we'll go over the amount of time that you're going to save doing something like a Dermafrac treatment. Now, you can go into my Vimeo account. You can see like demonstrations of how these work if you are interested, or, I'll be at Dallas, so you'll be able to see that in its entirety. Get a demonstration. I have some demos lined up already there for Dermafrac, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of Skin Classic demos as well. But you can go and see how they all work. And let me get here and see how they all work. This nice lady. Okay, we all have these types of clients, and she was just in a week and a half ago. Why I was doing a training here in Cape Charles for a nurse and an esthetician. And look at this, was her before picture before I started working with her. Now, this is how you want to do, if even if you don't do microneedling the way I do it with the Dermafrac. I think a lot of people are missing the boat. um, Microneedling can be done more often than you think. So if you want to keep your clients engaged, if you want to get these results in a quick amount of time, then you have to treat them in a shorter amount of time. So many people do packages, and when they do a package, they'll do it once a month for 3 months or 4 months. That's a bunch of garbage. I'm going to get my client results within 6 weeks. So, for instance, this nice client, once she 4 treatments every 2 weeks apart. The week in between, I have them come in for a 5-minute peel. I like to see the progress. They stay on top of their treatment protocol. My clients use Definage, but your clients need to be on good at-home skincare. I like to see my client the week in between if they can, so that I can do that quick peel, get them out of the office. This way I can keep tabs on their progress. They're jazzed up because they see a difference. And that is how you get the results. That is why when you tell them the treatments are $200 and I think we need to do 4 of them 2 weeks apart, and then you show them before and after photos, that is where the money is, because you're cutting their treatment time so much. Instead of 4 months, you're going to be done in 8 weeks. So revamp how you do your packages, and microneedling can be done every 2 weeks. So if you take nothing from this, even if you're not a Dermafrac client of mine, use your microneedling every 2 weeks. But see, this is the problem. I can charge $200. My serum, my head is $42, right? So when I do that, it's only a half hour. So I'm not taking the time to, first of all, numb the client, um, obviously doing the procedure, and all the while I'm using Dermafrac. I don't have to roll anything on the skin and interfere with my treatment time. And usually, and I know because I've used the roll-on type of serum, I still have some in my drawer, but you don't have that much compared to the full length of serum that is going into the skin with the Dermafrac. So I am hydrating my clients. So no numbing, that's 20 minutes. After the procedure, I don't need to use a mask. That's another 20 minutes. And then I only use an Illuminate LED. We'll get to that one in a minute, and it's only 5 minutes. So if you try to get and this is the thing, clients, a lot of your clients will write a check, throw a credit card at you. They have all the money in the world, right? Lots of them, because you do lots of procedures out there. But what they don't have is time. So if they're sitting in your office, and because you have to numb them, and then the procedure takes you a while, and then you've got to mask them, and then you got them under the lights, they don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So you've got to shorten up your procedures because this keeps your client engaged. When they see the procedure, it takes quicker time. And then you say, I'd like to see you in 2 weeks. They're not trying to carve out a whole nother 2 hours to come see you. So if you make those procedures shorter, any of your procedures, you'll be able to see more of those clients and get your results quicker for better before and after photos. Now, sometimes I have to use both modalities. So I did a little skin classic on this nice lady and Dermafrac, and that was one treatment. So she got really, really nice results. I can't wait to see her again. But if you're doing a mobile service and you have both devices, you can do them both at the same time. So how would I do that? I Dermafrac first, and then the skin's in good, healthy condition. So it's hydrated, it's microneedled, but you can go ahead and use your Skin Classic on that skin. It will not hurt them. It's not too much. So generally, when I am doing a client, if this is her first Dermafrac treatment and her skin was in good shape, because she uses my skincare religiously, has had other treatments like microdermabrasion, but this one I was going to hit her a little harder, and Skin Classic can't take care of all of this brown. So I only did a minimal amount of Skin Classic and Dermafrac. So you can use both devices at the same time. Again, another money maker and a time saver for your client. So, do I want to do a Dermafrac and then say, okay, so next week, come back in and we'll do the spots that we talked about? Heck no. Get it done at the same time. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes to go over the small amount of area that I did with the Skin Classic. So, you really need to think about that. So, this is my Dermafrac group. If you're not in my Dermafrac group, this is for those that use the Dermafrac and want to learn more about the Dermafrac. We don't talk about anything else in here. I don't talk about the Skin Classic, except if there's a combo picture, something like that going on. This is strictly for microneedling. And we have a lot of people in this group that use other devices. So if you do use another device, don't worry, you're welcome. If you use a Dermafrac and you bought it from somebody else, that's okay. Come on in, because the more the merrier. We love to show off our before and after photos. And for those that are in the groups, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. I'd love to know. Oh, great. And so beautiful. We've got nice people in here. What would you charge for their abdomen or where they have stretch marks? Okay, so you would really have to look at the area, and it just depends on the amount. But I can tell you, I'm going to work until my serum is out. So, like wherever they have the stretch marks, and this is great. Now, I don't do a lot of stretch marks, but so many microneedlers do. You really want to stretch those stretch marks out and really go in exactly all the area. So it depends on how much. If you just want to do all their stretch marks, you're still going to charge them the same amount. If someone's in my office and that's all I'm doing, it's $150. If I'm adding the dermaplane or the microdermabrasion, that's where it gets bumped up to $200. So that's how I charge. So you would charge $150 and do as much as you could with the amount of serum that you have in your Dermafrac. Another fun fact. Okay, so say you are doing, your microneedling with your Dermafrac. And then you go ahead, and we're going to put the LED on in just a second. You get the client under the LED. They're getting that treatment done. Even if there's no serum left in your cartridge, go ahead and put on whatever serum is compatible for you working with microneedling. If it's not, I use Definage 8-in-1 Bio Serum. Put it on their hands and turn the machine on and start microneedling their hands. while they're under the Illuminate for 5 minutes. This is something that you can do to over service your client, or you can just use that time to clean up and get ready for the next. So either way, but you can use that without serum in it. You can use it with your own serum in it. You can use it with PRP in it, growth factor. There's so many ways to use the Dermafrac. So I hope I got your question answered. So Edna, you'd be charging 150. That's what I would charge, 150 per session. And you're going to get them in every 2 weeks for as many weeks as you're going to see the results. Okay. So I hope that helped with that question there. And let's see here. And so this is actually like what the Dermafrac will look like as it's working. See that the suction pulls up the skin. The needles are delivered. The serum is also penetrating into those lengths as well. So, okay. So let's talk about the Illuminate a little bit. So I love my Illuminate so much. And I got to tell you, I never had an LED panel in my office for the big reason being time is money. It's always been time is money to me. And I just couldn't have my client in my chair without like doing something to them. And so now that I have a 5-minute Illuminate treatment, every single client in my world gets this treatment. So when you're doing your menu and say you're doing these procedures, like very easy for a skin classic, you're not going to tell the client, well, I'm going to use the Illuminate, so that'll be an additional $25, right? You're going to give them your estimate. All right. We already talked about how to do that. You're going to give them the estimate and you're going to bump it up a little bit to offset the Illuminate. So that's how you'll want to do it. When you have a fixed item on your menu, you want to incorporate it and be able to use it on all clients. So I just want to make it so you can see what okay. So my Illuminate is here, right? And the thing is, I keep it up at all times on a Mayo stand in my office. And then I just put it over the client's face right here. And it's super easy to incorporate. Now, what I really like about it, we're all into that mobile craze, it seems like. So it's very mobile. You'll see me taking it to Ness and Pros. I don't always leave with it though. So I'll take a brand new one to Ness and Pro or have one shipped there. And somebody usually always wants to buy my demo. But this, the carrying case, it's so light and easy. TSA always gives me funny looks as I go through. Everybody wants to know what's in the red bag. So anyway, very easy to go mobile with it. It can lie flat. But the thing is, it is so bright. And actually, I think I'm going to turn it off because there. So it's so bright. It's only 5 minutes. The wave is 660 nanometer. Now, that's a cosmetic nanometer, meaning it penetrates into the skin. Now, it's not infrared. Infrared, like an 810 nanometer, would go a little deeper, right? That's more down deeper into the skin. And that's why you have to be careful with those with the eyes as well as the thyroid. So I'm not covering up the thyroid and I don't cover the eyes. But if my client is super light sensitive, I certainly will be nice to them and offer them the goggles. But after I do a procedure like Dermafrac, where I can get right up to the eyelashes, I can go around under the eyebrow. Well, I want them to experience the LED effect around their eyes. So if they can take it, I'm going to tell them how great it is for them and their skin. So that is instead of 20 minutes, they're all getting the Illuminate for 5 minutes. So I have here where there are doctors that actually use the LED at that 660 nanometer for eye conditions, but I don't tell my clients to open their eyes. I just tell them some fun facts while they're under the LED that they may think, wow, she knows her stuff. And I love this LED and doctors are using it. And there's a big reason why I do that. I also sell in my office the Omnilux mask. It's a 10-minute mask the clients can experience at home. So while I'm chatting with my client, maybe cleaning up and getting ready for my next client, I am sharing information about Illuminate LED and how it benefits the skin. And if they would like to extend that into their own homes, I have a home mask. So that will help your retail, which is always something that we're looking for. So a 5-minute treatment is ideal. Let me get back there. So, as you would guess, I have a great Illuminate LED Facebook group. And you must be a skincare professional to be in that group as well. But there's lots of good information, ways that we treat. Now, I recently had some nurses come in for training, and my one nurse, and actually both of them are doing it, they're doing a quick 15-minute procedure as basically a consultation, a getting acquainted with their practice for 15 minutes. They call it a buff and glow. So that's the kind of fun stuff that you'll see in our group. People share ideas. So what they're doing, they're using my suction-free microdermabrasion tips on their clean skin with their products that they're using in the office. Then they go ahead and put on whatever serum they're doing, get it nice into the skin. We don't want the skin real wet. And they put them under this light for 5 minutes while they're consulting with them about their skin after it has been already inspected. So the client's relaxing. There's no distractions. And for that 15 minutes of a treatment, they are getting to explain what they do in their practice and how they can help them. So that is a big time saver as well. Let's see here. Okay. Well, let me just get back here and go to the very top. So if there are any questions, please let me know. Hello, Mrs. Gomez. How are you? Oh, who said Illuminate is next on my equipment list? I would love to know who you are, and we'll hide that one. And who are you, my dear? You can private message me. And as you know, for some of these devices at different points in time, I do have some no interest payment plans. I have the Dermafrac. You can get it with no interest. I have a lease company that can help you get all of these pieces of equipment if that's what you want. So if any of these are on your list and you need some more information from me, please feel free to just private message me and I will get you any information that you need. I'm going to hide that. Okay. So it's been my pleasure to help save time with you today. So let's just do a quick recap. Okay. So there are a couple things. And you know what? I'm going to make a bullet presentation, pop it up on my RN Faces page. Please go to it because I'm going to mark all these different things that I talked about today. First and foremost, you must use, well, you could use Jot form or whatever your forms are. Get your forms done online. Get your consent, your aftercare done online. It is a time saver so that you're going to save at least, say, 20 minutes from your client as they come in the door. There's no paperwork to fill out. You can do more back-to-back treatments for your clients instead of that long drawn out trial with your consultation. You'll be ready to roll. So get your forms done online. Make sure if you're using the Skin Classic, don't numb your client. There is no need to numb it. It is something that takes a lot more time and it also takes money. So try not to do that. I will make a video especially about that, but I know a lot of you still like to numb. I know because you buy the BLT from me and it is expensive. It's very good, but it is expensive. Okay, and then if you're doing microneedling, I'm hoping it's with the Dermafrac because there is no other microneedling device out there that will save you all the time. And the time being no numbing, and you will get and can get pinpoint bleeding if that's what you're after. So, no numbing with the Dermafrac. You're infusing the serum as you work. Therefore, you are not needing to use a mask, right? That is super important. You will do your Dermafrac packages every 2 weeks, do a treatment so that your client's goals are getting done quicker. That will save your client time too, because they don't have long drawn out care plans for like 4 months. Who wants that? They want to get the results in a quick amount of time so then you can keep them on a maintenance type of schedule. So, and then you want to make sure you're using the Illuminate. The Illuminate only takes 5 minutes. So if you're using other panels, and the other panels are great, they're good, they're great companies. All of my companies are USA made. So the panels that are made in the USA, they're great too, but they're just time suckers. So you can get great results with them, but can you afford the time to have every client on your table for 20 to 30 minutes? I don't think so. So you can incorporate the LED through Illuminate into every single treatment that you want to do. So that will save you money. So I'll probably think of a few more things. Oh, and right. And so when you're doing like my fast, quick procedures and say you're going mobile, make sure you have all of the procedures in a box, in a bag, so you can just pull one out, quickly get it set up. And if you can go the way of no linens and all that good stuff, that'll save you time and money. So anyway, I think I don't want to sap any more time away from you guys. I appreciate you being here. Yes, I know you need a skin classic. Yikes. Do I have some classes in New Jersey coming up? Well, I'm not quite sure who you are, but please get back to me because I am from Jersey. I'm a Jersey girl, so I go to Jersey. I'm not quite sure what classes you were thinking about. Please let me know. And New York is in the house and Baton Rouge and all that. Okay, great. Well, guys, I really appreciate your time because I know time is money, but most of us maybe have a little bit of downtime on Monday. Actually, I have clients today as well, but I carve out this time to support my people. So if anyone here knows that after sale with me always means support for your endeavors. I think that is so important in this industry to have the groups, the people that you can connect with, network with. Besides just me, it's always great. My providers that pop in, help out in these groups of mine are just the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for always helping me out, support all of my customers. I just love that. So anyway, guys, go out, have a great Monday, and let's see how much time you can shave off of each procedure. If you have gotten one of these tips and you think one of them is good, please let me know. Let me know if something is shaving some time off and you can maybe pop that extra client in at the end of the day with your time-saving tips. So everybody, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Oh,